Hello everyone, welcome back to Maximum Automation. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss parameterization in Pytest framework. In my last video, we saw how we can create fixtures and how we can provide the scope for those fixtures. We have seen how we can create the test methods as well. Now sometimes what happens is when we create a test method which contains the sets of steps, then those test steps needs to be run with a different sets of test data. In that case, what we need to do is we want to parameterize our test. If we do not parameterize our test, then we might be writing the same steps again and again with different data sets, which should be avoided. So we should create generic test steps and then we should parameterize those tests. Now let me show you an example of how we can do the test parameterization in Pytest framework. Here I have few test methods like test verify Python book price, test verify Java book price, which I have created in my earlier session. We can see that in both the test methods, the steps are almost the same. So what these test methods are doing basically, first it looks for a book, that is Python book in this test method. And then in another test method here, again the step is the same, to look for a book, but this time the value is different. Here it is searching for a Java book. Similarly, the next step is that it clicks on the submit button. Here also it clicks on the submit button. Then the third step here is to select a Python book from the list. And here in this method, this test step is to select a Java book from the list. Then it fetches the price of the book to compare the price. So we can see that both the test methods contains the same sets of steps. The only difference between these two test methods is the book type and the different locators to select books from the search results. So here what we can do, instead of writing two test methods, we can create a single method and then we can parameterize it for different values. For example, here I can parameterize what needs to be search or search item, and I can provide the value of the search item as a Python book and Java book. Now let's see how we can do it in Pytest framework. First, let me create a function over here as test parameter demo. And let me copy these steps from here. Here it depends on a test fixture to initialize the driver. Now to provide the test parameter, what we need to do is we can type pytest dot mark dot parameterize. And then under this, we can provide the different values. First, we have to provide the variables which we want to parameterize, and then we have to provide their values. Let's say the first variable is the search item. Then by using comma separation, I can add another variable for book title. And then the third variable, let's say, is book price. So I have provided three variables here. And then I can pass these variables into the test method. Now we have these three parameters in my test method. So let me replace these hard-coded values with the parameters passed in the test method arguments. So I have replaced all the hard-coded values with the test parameters provided in the arguments. Now the question is, how are we going to provide the values to these test parameters. So let's see how we can do that. To provide the values for these variables, we can type a comma over here, followed by the brackets, and inside the bracket, we need to provide the values for the variables. Let's say for the first set of data, I want the search item value as a Python book and the book title as Python programming. And then the price is $23.72. So what will happen the first time this test method will run? It will run for the values where the search item is Python book, and then the book price is $23.72, and the book title is Python programming. So for first iteration, it will select the Python programming book from the list, and then it will verify the book prices. Now to provide the next sets of values, what we need to do is we can type comma and then add a new bracket. Here I'm going to provide the values for the search item as Java book and then the Java book title. At last, I'll provide the Java book price. Now I have given two sets of values to these variables. You can provide n number of values based on your requirement. So here, for the first sets of values, it will search for Python book to select the book with the title having as Python programming from the search result. And then it will compare this price with the actual price. Then this method will run again a second time with the second sets of values, where search item will be Java book, book title will be Java complete reference, and this will be the book price. Now let's see if I run my test, then how this test method is gonna execute. You can see the execution has started. First, it will search for the Python book. Here it selected the item from the search result. Now it will compare the Python book price. Now we can see the another instance of browser is invoked. And this time we can see it is searching for a Java book. So this is how you can parameterize your test methods so that you don't need to write the same set of steps again and again. You can write these steps only once, and then you can parameterize your test method based on the different sets of test data. You can see that the same test method got executed two times with two sets of data. First, it executed for these values, Python book, Python programming, and this is the price of the book. And then the second time, it again got executed for these values, Java book, Java complete reference, and this price. Currently, both the tests are failing because the book price has been changed. We were expecting $23.72, but now we are getting the price as $26.99. And here for Java also, we are getting the difference in the book price. However, we are getting the price in incorrect format, but that's okay. The idea is to show that how you can run the same test method with different sets of parameters. I hope you like this video. Please put your comments in the comment box. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.